Yeah, so what I'm gonna do right now before I pull up any any other clips, we're gonna pull up this actually a old interview I did 5 years ago with Mr. Wiggles, talking about because like the whole thing is, like what we're talking about was a term that actually Crazy Legs created called the True School. Because the thing is, at the time we were being challenged, a lot of us were being challenged of like oh man, that's old. That's old school. That's old school. That's old school. What you're doing, that breakdancing stuff is old school. So I guess Crazy Legs came up with the term called true school. So right now we're gonna watch a trades episode with Mr. Wiggles real quick, talking about how they basically came up with that term and what their intention was in the early '90s.
Yo, you got wigs on the trades?
Right here.
Like, yo, everybody
Breaks
peep
all that up.
the bio for it. Watch this.
Good question. The true school thing was a leg slogan, and the legs
Feel
is
like I
nice
rewind
with
a
the
little
slogan.
bit.
Online with you and Stretch saying that there was no dance in it. And then to connect Dennis's question with it is that how did Electric Boogie play a part to like the party rocking and the dancing to the hip hop freestyle dancing? So how let's mix
Word.
all that up.
Good question. The true school thing was a leg slogan, and the legs was nice with the slogans, man. Back then, it started with me and Crazy Legs doing an interview for Everybody Dance Now. Go on YouTube, look up Everybody Dance Now. It featured
Okay,
Mr. Williams,
yeah.
Crazy Legs,
Yeah.
Willie Ninja,
Yeah.
MC Hammer, Paul
Yeah.
Abdul. It was a
Yeah.
dope documentary for
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
And when we left that filming, the interview, you can watch the interview now and still on YouTube. We left there about 89, I think, and wondered why do we keep saying breakdance? That was the beginning of us realizing everything that we did wrong when we were kids. You know, we were not the generation that should have been explaining it. You know, we were the kids. You know, the original generation were gone, or they were locked up, or they were drugged out. You know, so to be honest, the whole true school thing was us correcting ourselves.
Right,
Trying to fix all the things we fucked up. That's really, if you had to make it like a movement, it was rock steady. It was me, Legs, Kenny, Fable, having discussions, and then going back to everybody from track 2 to Melly Bell to KG, finding OG B-boys, building with phase 2, and getting as much information. You know, we went on a mission to correct our mistakes that we did when we were kids, that we knew we said a lot of corny shit, or other people said corny shit and we validated it.
Right.
So that's that concept right there, the true school concept.
Yeah.
And
So right there, that was the whole thing. That was like what we just witnessed the '80s, and they said like what Wiggs said, they were kids, so they didn't know that what they were doing was wrong or right. They just were kids getting paid. So when it died out in 1985, mainstream wise, it died out. They were stuck not knowing what to do. Uh, the the media landscape moved on already. You know what I mean? It changed. So there was no breaking. It went from like breaking to hip hop nouveau, hip hop nouveau, or hip hop freestyle, which is more the Running Man, MC Hammer. So if you did any type of like floor shuffles, you're considered old school. Get that shit out. It's old. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they had to start the whole in the '90s. They started the resurgence of the b-boy. That's why there's this even term of return of the b-boy. It was like a 1990s term. You know what I mean? Return of the b-boy. True school. So it was actually honestly a lot of the freestyle hip hop guys were at war with the b-boys in clubs, like straight up fights, because it's like, oh, you're doing that old shit. You're doing that old shit. This is the new. This is the now, which was like the Running Man, freestyle hip hop, the WAP, the Cabbage Patch, all these social dances at Latin Quarters. And then if you check out that Trey's interview, he talks about that. Wiggs talks about the Latin Quarters, how that was a big place for dance in the late